Hello everybody, welcome back to Specialized Flight Sim. We are back in the Dash 8. We're doing some Gullwing ops, which is the NewSky Virtual Airline, operating Dash 8 Q400s up in the Northeast. Wanted to hop in this today because we do have snow in New England. So we got a great flight today. It's going to be Portland to Burlington, so we'll be in snow the whole time. And that's really where the Dash 8 is at home. It's obviously a Canadian airplane. So operated all the time in some very cold areas way up north. So we want to give a little taste of that. So get a few things set up here. Okay, got Navigraph set up. So the airplane again right now is completely cold and dark. Got door open, but we're going to get power to it. We're going to do a full walk around. We'll review the full OFP. It's a short flight, so we should have time to get all of that stuff done. I am using the walk around plugin, which is really excellent. It's a little buggy with the Dash 8. Instead of loading you in the cabin, it loads you on the roof. But we'll just pretend it doesn't happen. So first things first, though, we got to get on board the airplane, get power to it, do some cabin safety checks, and then we'll go from there. Okay, just get some desk set up. There we go. Okay, climb aboard the airplane. Doesn't go up the stairs. Okay, so we're in the cockpit now. Again, the airplane is cold and dark, so we'll just check, starting with the overhead. Make sure the batteries are off. Check all switches are off, or in the normal position. Landing lights are off. Overhead lights, dome lights off, APU is off. Ignition should be off, although we're going to turn them on as soon as we get powered up. And altitude, all these lights are off, and make sure the temperature switches are in the 12 o'clock position, because that becomes the new position once the aircraft powers up. And then landing gear lever is down. Make sure our disconnects are stowed. Flight control lock is engaged. Parking brake right now is on, although we are chocked, so we don't need that on. But throttles are in disc, and the prop levers are in cutoff. Flaps are retracted. We'll go check our safety equipment. So we do have 3 gear pins. We have the alternate gear handle. We have smoke hood. We have flashlights, crash axe, and fire extinguisher. Check circuit breakers. Again, on this airplane, they do work. So checking the circuit breakers, we don't see any popped out. First officer will also check his side as well. Get our pedals adjusted. Tall guy, so we'll send those back a little bit. And we're gonna come over here, and we're just gonna get the load set up. Obviously, this is not something real world the pilot would have to do, but this is what we have to do in the sim. So pull up the OFP. Okay, we are going flight 608. We are in November 451 Golf Whiskey. That's the correct airplane. So it's a short flight, 31 minutes. We had 16,000 feet. We do have winds out of the west, so we'll be fighting that headwind, but still should be pretty quick. So total passengers, we got 66. And then for cargo, total cargo is going to be 3059. 3059, there we go. Time en route, 0 minutes. Or 0 hours, 31 minutes. And we're looking for 6,100 pounds of fuel. It's going to put us towards the aft end of the CG range. but that'll be just fine. Towards the aft end, a little less drag in that case. So we'll take it. Reserve fuel, we're going to have 45 minutes of reserve fuel. As you can see, because of the weather, we do have a takeoff alternate. The weather is only broken at 200 feet, but we did file a takeoff alternate, which is all the way down at Bradley, just because of the size of the storm moving through. So we'll go ahead, we'll confirm the load, and then we won't start loading until we just get the aircraft powered up, because it'll fuel first, and we don't want to be doing power changes while we're fueling. So come to the overhead, turn battery master on, and then all the batteries, and we're going to turn all our screens on. Aircraft is well modeled on the electrical side. We'll see the proper buses powered by each individual battery. Turn this is on, and our radios. And then, so this is a trick, because there's only one panel to control both of the MFDs. If you want to get the doors and electrical on both sides, you turn pilots, or the captains, to system, hit doors, and then the electrical page is the default. So when you hit systems on that one, that will turn to electrical. So as you see, we have all the batteries discharging, temperature -1, and the load, so they're discharging, so the load has to be less than 0.1 for us to dispatch. So what we're going to do, because it's cold, and get APU fired up and get that running. So APU circuit breaker is over here, so the first officer has checked it, and we'll do the APU fire test. Okay, we have the fire warning and master warning. So now I'll hit power, let that run the built-in test. Okay, that's done, so we can start. Cancel the master caution. Then with this gen turns to available, and we gotta wait 1 minute. Then we'll turn the bleed air on. Just keep the fumes out of the cabin. Mirrors on, and we do have draw, so now we are charging. We got rid of that minus sign. We're showing charging, so these are under 0.1, so that's okay, but the aux is 0.15, so we have to wait. But by the time we get going, fine, DC bus voltage looks good. And we'll start our timer, 1 minute. And we'll just set up a few other things. So we're going to open up the engine intakes so we can check. We will be in icing conditions, so we're going to have to do a full icing check before we depart. Probably should have de-ice at the gate before we leave. Show you, we can leave that off for now. Flight recorder data. Let's do a ground test. Okay. treat this as first flight of the day, so we'll do engine fire test 1, fire 2. So something here, so these hydraulic valves should be showing closed when we do that test. Obviously fuel is already closed, but hydraulics are open, so those should be closing. It's a bug. Then aft baggage. And then baggage. Okay. Turn the dome light on. Oh, the rest of the overhead lights are okay. Now we can turn the ignitions to norm. And it's been a minute, so we can turn the bleed air on. We'll turn the position lights on, tail and local lights, because we're going to want to check those on the walk around. Emergency lights turn on, so disarm and then arm. Turn the smoking sign on to keep the belts off, because we are going to be fueling first, and then we'll do our advisory lights. Make sure everything comes on. Make sure those are bright. Then we're going to turn east of the flight attendant position, extra and auto. Say that temperature's good. We'll turn the recirc fan on. Start loading. Okay, so let's go do the walk around. When we get back in, we'll review the OFP. Okay, come down the front side. First thing, just check stairs and the doors for any obvious damage. Have your airway indicator here. Make sure that is clear and free. Isotech TAT probe. Make sure that's clear, and then our left pitot static tube. So this right here is our hydraulic lock for the nose wheel. So we want to make sure that is in and locked so that the nose gear doesn't collapse if you look at the hydraulics. Again, checking for damage on the radome. Check the nose gear. Check the tire tread. Make sure you don't have any hydraulic fluid. Make sure the light isn't damaged. Radome looks good. Check the windshield, wipers. Got the first officer pitot static, and then TAT probe, and AOA vane, and then also the standby pitot static. Check all the doors and hatches, make sure they're closed. Loading cargo in now. Have emergency exit light, and also up here there's the oxygen behind this door. Okay, we're not going to be able to see it, but there is an indication if there is oxygen discharge, so we check that. Alright, coming to the cabin, or under the wing. If you look up in here, so there's a pressure gauge. So this is going to be our parking brake accumulator pressure. If that pressure is low, it's just a texture, and right now it's not actually modeled, but if that was low, we'd have to go pump that with a lever stored in the radome, and we pump it up in the right engine nacelle. But we're gonna show that it's above the minimum 500 psi necessary. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the front of the engine. We're gonna look at all the propeller blades. Make sure there's no damage. Check the de-icing strips. Check the intake and the de-icing boot there. We do have the intake doors open. So the bypass doors open, so we can look up Side, make sure there's no birds nesting in there. Got our approach and landing lights, and check the cowl. No obvious side damage. Make sure the drains on the other side were open, and then all the vents are open. Check the de-icing boots on the leading edge. These are animated, so when we do the de-icing test, we'll check those out. Our nav light is on. Aileron, make sure we have all 6 static wicks. Check the control horns. Damage, no damage to the flap track fairings. No damage to the track itself. Watch out for the fueling. Let's come to the landing gear leg. Condition of the tires. We're looking at the brake wear indicators and any leaks coming from the hydraulics. And then we'll poke our head up into the landing gear well. Again, looking for outside damage, animals nesting, anything like that. And come to the rear of the airplane, get some warmth from the APU. We're going to check the belly, make sure there's no damage. Make sure the, a little loud, but make sure the last guy didn't have a tail strike. Then we see our logo lights are on, and then looking at the bullet fairing, we have our backup and standby nav lights, those are both on. Our static wicks on the elevator. And on the rudder. There's this creepy guy. Blowing stuff in. To the baggage compartment. See, it's been quite beat on. Birds get a lot of work. Alright, coming to the left wing. Flap track fairings look good. Again, check the condition of the tire. Brake wear indicators and hydraulics. There's no leaking. Come up into landing gear bay. No animals hiding out. Along the rear of the wing, and canoe fairings, flap tracks are all clear. Aileron, control horns, damage there. All the static wicks are in place, and we have our left side red nav light. Check the boots, obvious signs of damage. Strain ports here, they're clear. Got our approach and landing lights. Check the NACA inlet here. And then come again to front, check the spinner and the prop. We normally spin this prop through. Can't do that in the sim. You can do it by hand as long as you turn it in the, as looking at a counterclockwise direction. Looking in the inlet duct is clear and the boot is undamaged, and then we'll check the bypass door, and yeah, nothing up in there. And just coming to the front, inboard boot, it's good. And we have our emergency exit light. And then we'll just check on the belly and just make sure we got all our antennas, nothing's been knocked off or damaged. So that's it, that's the walk around. Let's get back aboard the airplane, we'll look at the OFP, we'll look at the weather, and get going. Oh, and I just realized I had the OFP up the entire time we did that. My bad. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at the weather. The origin weather, so you got winds 360 at the north, 1.25 statute mile visibility lights, snow and mist, broken at 200, overcast at 2,700. Temperature 2952. And it looks like it's transitioning to rain over the next say 13. Yeah, it looks like it's transitioning. We transition to rain over the next couple hours. So our takeoff alternate. So they're showing 3 statute mile visibility light, snow broken at 1200 and overcast 4700. So still not great weather down at Bradley, but they're showing they're clearing up. So they're going to be greater than 6 statute mile and overcast at 3000. And our destination at Burlington, 050 at 3 statute mile. Light snow, broken 2,700, overcast 2,500. So it looks like they have runway. So runway 15 is showing greater than 6,000 foot visibility. So we shouldn't have a problem getting into Bradley or Burlington. They do have an ILS there. Let's just review the NOTAMs. Portland. Field conditions, so wet snow on all the taxiways. 555, 1/8" wet snow. And 23.6 close, so we'll be departing 29. Then at Burlington, they're removing snow, but 555 field conditions and 1/8" dry snow. And it looks like nothing affecting runway 5. I think we're okay there. Let's just pull up. Let's just look at the weather. Turn VATSIM traffic on. Ship on, and then let's see radar. So it looks like most of the heavier stuff is to the south. To do some mountain obscuration, air mets, and yeah, we're expecting IFR, and then icing from the surface 6,000 feet. Well, we're board ready to go. So let's get moving. So yeah, so we're gonna be in icing pretty much the whole time, but it is a short flight. So coming back to the airplane, we have our tests we got to do. Let's look at the air data computer 1, run that through until we get oral warning, and test 2, same thing. And stall warning, we're going to hold for the stick shaker.
Terrain, 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 terrain.
Test 2. Okay, flip our spoilers, taxi, drip whiz test, and we'll do anti-skid. turn on, arm, lights come on, back to on, those lights stay on. Do auto feather, and while that's running, we're going to do our standby comms. So this is something a lot of guys get wrong. Everyone who flies this on stream, they always turn this on and leave it. This is standby comms. So you'll turn this on, and this will be standby control here. So that's correct, and then we turn that back off. Have a voice recorder, keep that off. Alright, so we're on VATSIM, but we don't have any controllers. So we do have 4724 as our squawk. And then we'll get CTAF. To 0.9. And we'll monitor 2.8. Okay, alright, let's go get our FMS set up. So initial position, nav database is good. We're going to go to flight plan, copy pilot route, and then we're going to go five. Enter, so Portland, Montpelier, VOR, and Burlington. Normally we'd probably get the Portland 6 departure out of here, so we're going to menu depart, departing runway 29, Portland 6, enter, go transition, to flight plan, so that is a vector departure, and Burlington, looks like we're landing in one spot. There are no stars, so we're just going to put in the ILS. And we'll just, we'll put it in from state. We'll probably have to fly. We'll probably have to fly the procedure turn on that because we're coming. Okay. 1, 2. Good, so we're gonna go turn this back to nav format. Then we're going to step through vectors, and then direct to Montpelier, and basically direct to stave, and then we're on the ILS. So there's going to be a hold at stave. Okay, we'll go to fuel. So our OFP states since we're already loaded, we'll just go straight to our final load sheet. So 0 fuel weight is 54,170. Fuel on board 6085. Sorry, 6085 right now, and then our alternate 2185. Our holdover fuel is 1360. Contingency is 670. Gross rate 6255. Yeah, it's pretty close. Good there. And the last thing, we're just going to go to flight plan menu, page 2. Winds. Do we have winds up here? They don't even give us forecast winds. So we got descent winds, 230 at 5. I'll put those in. Okay. And then send it over to the first option FMS. Alright, I think we're ready for our pre-flight checklist, so we can go on and get out of here. Again, we're doing this single pilot, so it's taking a little longer than normal. But main bus tie is tied, battery temps and charged, they're greater than 24 volts. Sorry, battery temp is checked and the bus voltage is greater than 24 volts. Engine intake doors, we already did the walk around, so those can we shift those back to green. All circuit breakers checked in. The alternate gear door inhibit switch, so the door is closed. Switch to norm. Fire and smoke detection has been tested. Bleeds 1 and 2 are off. APU bleed is on. Recirc fan is on. Pressurization, so our landing field elevation is going to be 300 feet. So we're going to turn our landing altitude to about 300. About there. And the packs are in auto. Auto feather's been tested. Emergency lights are armed. Fuel transfer is off, and the quantity is we have 6,100 pounds, and our minimum takeoff is 5619. Parking brake, we have 1,000 psi. Nose wheel steering is off, and the FMS is set. Pre-flight checklist is complete. We have our cabin report, so let's go do our takeoff and departure briefing. Pull up our fuel pH. Gross weight is 6255. Fuel condition is going to be contaminated, so we're going to run that in VATS airplane toolbox. Alright, we'll put dry and ice in here because it is still snowing. So it's giving us, pull it up here. So we're showing flaps 10, normal takeoff power, V1 will be 117. And VR is 117 as well. 2 is 120. V-Fry is 152. And VFTO is 172. Okay, our altimeter is 29051. Very low altimeter. That one. Two spots, and we're indicating about 60 feet, which that matches our field elevation. And then we're going to throw in our MDA, and then set our minimums to 1,000 feet. This will be our acceleration altitude. So we'll go 1060. And then we're also going to hit go around. So on departure, this pull Navigraph. So Portland 6 departure. Initial climb, fly runway heading, or is assigned by ATC. So runway heading, which is going to be 290. And then our altitude 3000, and we'll arm alt cell. And no, let's keep let's do some raw data here. This will be fun. So we'll keep it raw data, and we'll put the Montpelier VOR, which is 1.6.9. in there, so when we get that direct to Montpelier. So we're supposed to be it's just gonna be direct. So we're not on an airway there, so we'll just hit direct to once we vector ourselves there. Alright, so taxi route, we push back, we're just going to go alpha, we'll be crossing 1836, which is closed, and ILS hold, so their ILS operations are in effect, so we'll start the ILS hold, and departing 29. Thrust settings flat, we already set flap 10, normal takeoff power, V speeds 117, 117, 120, 152, 172. And departure SID, we just reviewed, and there are no NOTAMs that will affect the departure SID. Autoflight mode, so we're going to be in wings level go around at 400 feet. We'll just hit heading, we'll fly runway heading, and then at 1000 we'll select props 900, and IAS will accelerate to 210 knots. Anti-icing will be on, so we'll have the props, prop heat, and the boots. Warp procedure below 80 knots. We'll stop on the runway setting 200 feet. Above 80, so fire failure for your wind shear. Single engine departure. MSA is 3600, 3100 to the south, and 1900 also we have water to the west or to the east. So if we do have a single engine departure, we're just going to fly the runway heading and get vectors back to the airport. And our threat, we do cross a hotspot. It's Alpha Charlie area here, and the icing conditions. So we're actually going to see if we can de-ice at the gate. I haven't done this before, so let's see how it goes. So, de-icing, and turn APU off, engine intakes are closed, circ fans on, everything else is off. Let's see. Here we go, look at that. So it's aiming to push back. Actually, I'm going to push back here. And then I'm going to taxi myself out this way. It'll be a little shorter. Alright, I don't know if this active. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It's just spraying the wing over there. Okay. Loader. Yeah. But we'll say I don't have holdover tables for this airplane, but we'll say we have 30 minutes, and without anyone else online, it shouldn't be a problem. We'll give this a couple more minutes. I don't know if it's going to stop on its own, or if it's just going to keep going indefinitely. We'll see. This simple ground services is pretty good. You know, it keeps improving. They keep adding features. I think if they can improve some of the animations and the models, it'd be really good. Some of the stuff is still just a little clunky. As you can see, with like the de-icing and the walking animations, which I know some of that's an X-plane limitation as well. But just in here, do first officer's job. So. To 72. And so we'll put him FMS 2. So we'll put him on the FMS, and then we'll fly raw data from the VOR. Okay, still. Alright. I think we'll say we're done with de-icing. Those guys can go away. Alright, before starting engine checklist, cabin reports been received, takeoff and departure briefing is complete. Flight deck door is locked. Trim. We have 1, 2, 3 sets. Get a little bit of rudder trim. Spoilers are set for taxi. Door lights are out. Fuel lights are out. Fuel quantity is sufficient. Passenger signs are on. AP is off. Voltage. All bus voltages are greater than 26 volts. Transponder. On altitude, and we'll go exterior lights to red. And we are pushing start.
Starting pushback.
As soon as we make that turn, it's going to say we're clear to start engines. Do a little passenger brief too. So folks, welcome aboard Gullwing Airlines Flight 608 service to Burlington, Vermont. Cruise altitude today will be 16,000 feet and be just about 30 minutes over to Burlington. It might be a little bumpy because as we do have this winter storm moving through. So probably
Clear
keep
to start
seatbelts on the whole
engines.
time, but sit back, relax, enjoy our Dash 8 Q4. Alright, let's get the engine started. So again, bleeds off. Ignitions are norm. So start number 1. We have select, And we got an H. So we'll start feather. FADEC take you from there. And these ITTs are not very accurate. ITT should settle out around 400.
Please set the parking brake.
Prop parking is 600 feet, 200. And
Tow
parking brake
disconnected.
set. Let's wait till he's clear. Alright, select this off. Select the lights on. Have NH. So again, start feather. I love this little script that allows me to actually use the Bravo for the cutoff. Start feather. Okay, a little PSI. It's coming up. Alright, he's clear. Show me the pin. Good there. It's actually... should have reset this early chrono for our holdover time. Alright, good start. So we'll bring props up to 1020 RPM. If we don't do that and we turn the APU off, then we're going to lose the generator, because when the engines are start feather, they're not turning the generators. You can see here right now you have DC gens and the TRUs. Now coming to the overhead, main bus tie come off. APU gen is off, and power down the APU. And then intake. So for ice protection now, turn the intakes open, turn our repeater heats on, do our prop test. Make sure we see both lights. For our airframe, put the airframe fast, and then we're going to take a look at our de-ice pressure, and as it switches, we should see that pressure drop. So I don't have the camera bound here, but you can see it is dropping each time, so we'll let it run through one cycle. Take a look outside. Window shade. Side. Should be able to see these boots go. Look along the wing. See individual sections of them pop out. So we got, see, here's the forward end of the vertical stabilizer. See? So they're in different sections, and there's the two bleed systems running off each engine, so that you're not reliant on all of one wing at a time. So we don't have ice detect right now, so we're going to turn we have the prop of the engine on. Airframe will turn off right now while we have the de-icing fluid, but we have to turn on takeoff. Windshield heat, we'll turn that to warm up. Dome light can come off. Exterior lights, we got the logo light on, and keep the wing inspection lights on. That's seal, that should have been on before we push back. We got a slap on the wrist there. And bleeds 1 and 2 will come on. That's an STC for the Q400, so allow bleed air on takeoff. We have that. Okay. Coming around, turn our yaw damper on. We have our standby hydraulic pressure and our PTU control, aux fuel pumps, and auto feather. So we can check here, our standby pressure is good, and then we'll also set flaps 10, and we'll do a flight control check. So on the Dash 8, we do not have full rudder travel unless the flaps are down. So that's why we wait for the flaps to do our flight control check. So it's control lock, full left, full forward, full right, full forward, full right, full aft, full left, full aft, and neutral, and then full rudder right, full rudder left. And the reason you have the standby hydraulic pressure PTU is the left system, or number 1 system, is the only one with an electric pump. There's 2 engine-driven pumps, 1 and 2, but there's a PTU that'll power the right, or number 2 from number 1, and number 1 can be powered from the engine or an electric pump. So if you, that's why you have this standby hydraulic and the PTU. And then there's also a reserve system, the elevator, which we're going to test now. So we turn that on. That isolates the rest of the hydraulics. Let me make sure we have our elevator control there. Turn that off, that goes down. Okay, before taxi checklist. Let's get our nose wheel steering is on. Seatbelts and harnesses secured. Taxi clearance and brief. We've got takeoff power. Normal takeoff power 90%. Auto flight mode with wings level go around. Alt cell is armed for 3000 and heading is runway heading. Gust lock is off. Flight instruments. We have altimeter 2951, 60 feet. Tune VOR1, we are in radio nav, heading set 290, yaw damper is on, and clearance is received, and we'll go taxi, we'll call CTAF. Portland traffic going 608, taxi runway 29 via Alpha, crossing 3618, Portland. Okay, brakes are off, props that disc. Brake check, so it is icy, so we're going to taxi very slow. We're going to rely more on thrust. If we need to use reverse thrust to stop, we'll do that. Okay, clear the right, the left. Okay, let's do takeoff config check. Okay, no horn. And then we're also going to do pitot static isolation valve to isolate. And Portland traffic going 608 crossing 1836 on Alpha Portland. And we do turn strobes on. Rest of it, why are we getting stutters? We were getting this yesterday too. My next flight I'm going to disable SimLink. I don't think it's necessary. it's like changing views. Parking brake. Let's get the lights on. Backlight though. See what work. Okay. I can still see. I think that's just a texture thing. The lights are on. It's just not. Not showing. And Portland traffic going 608 departing runway 29. We have westbound straight out departure, Portland. Okay, pull the line, anti-collision lights are on. Main lights and approach lights on. Gust lock is off, and we are in TA. Alright. Let's go flare because we're ourselves for takeoff. I think we have to get rid of some Toolkit Pro. I had the same issue before with it. Okay, 29, confirm, 29. Flight idle. Okay. Flight rating, auto feather arm. Keep it on center line. Airspeed's alive, 80 knots.
Terrain.
Buzzer rate gears coming up. Okay, 400 feet, heading.
Terrain.
See terrain. Okay, 1,000 feet, pitch down, start trimming down, and then props to 900. Track the notch of flaps. We're going to hold that 5 degrees of pitch, and we're going to go IIS mode. And we're going to start cranking up that IIS to 210. Climbing. And then flaps up. Just hold that heading. 10,000 to go on the alt cell. So we're just gonna gear ourselves up to 16. Hand it over to departure now. IAS, and again IAS 210. Pulling traffic, Gullwing 608, clear the pattern to the west, last call, Portland. There, little bumps here. So flaps are up, gears up. Still gotta do our after takeoff checklist, but one pilot, there's a lot going on right now. So let's get in a stable climb and say, alright, direct to Montpelier VOR. So we're going to turn this to the line of course, and then we're going to hit nav, and then that should get us back on VOR course. There we go. Let's see if we can get her trimmed. Sink that heading bug. I don't know what's going on. VOR OBS. It's quite bumpy. We're gonna hold this to 10,000. I'm just gonna hand fly it now. Do the after takeoff checklist. Just wanna. So gears up, flaps 0, leads on and warm. Try to get it nice and trimmed out. That climb power set, standby hydraulics and PTU can come off. Auto feather, disarm, and then the pumps will come off. Taxi and flare lights come off. Let's actually keep the wing inspection at times, so we're going to ice it pretty much the whole time. Haven't got any ice detected yet. There, and then we're going to come here, so we're going to go direct to Montpelier. And then we'll do the same thing here. Right, above 10,000, so our approach lights go off too. Turn the autopilot on. I don't know what's going on with VOR mode over here. But now if we had weather radar, we could look ahead and see what's coming up. Don't. So let's what we have here. So again, some pretty light stuff all the way up there. Not super concerned. We're already at minus 19. They're probably going to start picking up some ice soon. Star Wars rain, man, I really hope they fix that. I don't know what's going on here, so what I'm going to do, so we're going to go heading hold for a second, nav source, switch it back to FMS, and then we're going to hit LNAV, and we're just going to be on LNAV. I don't know what's going on there. Alright, now this is a short flight. So we already got to start looking at our arrival. So weather in Burlington, winds out of the north, so we'll be landing, should be landing 3-3. 5 centimeter visibility, light snow, scattered at 1,800, broken at 4,900, work at 6,000. So we gotta go flight plan, and we out capture. So we'll pull the props back to 850. Airplane accelerate. Menu, arrive. Go star, and then we're gonna put in for the ILS 33. Take that right from Janet. So we're going to go direct from there. Yeah, looks correct. And we hit VNAV. So Janet. Descent 1,800, so 50 miles to the top of descent. There we go, it's on. Yep, and then we'll do a master crossfill. And it is bumpy, so we're going to do a PA. And folks from the flight deck, I see it is pretty bumpy and stormy, and it's going to be like this for the entire way over Burlington. Unfortunately, we only have about 17 more minutes until we land. So keep fast seatbelt sign on, and apologize for not letting you up, but we should be on the ground shortly. Thanks for flying, Coleman. Stutters. I did not have these before. It's got to be Simlink. Yeah, just turn it off in Navigraph and see if it fixes it. And also with our landing. So 3-3. Landing weight 58,700. Pretty good. Props max. Yeah, we are icing, so we do max as anti-icing. Expect them on. Approach normal. To calculate that. So show flash 15. And then so our VREF is 143. And be clean's 150. So the way I fly the Dash, so we have a bunch of speeds of V clean, V go, VAP, VREF. So VREF, I always want to know. Typically I approach about 20 knots faster. This plane bleeds out of speed really fast. So our approach speed is probably be at 163 for a VREF of 143. And then go around, so go around we'll go flaps 15, which we don't have to retract, but we know we can go clean at 151. So those are the two most important speeds to me. So we can set the filled and empty triangle to effectively whatever you want. And last thing we got to do, just brief the approach. So ATIS 23.8. We already got the weather, but so we gotta contact me. Hold on. First set. Oh shit. First set.
Knots Southwest 2844. That would be for sequencing into Boston. Yeah, that works.
Boston Center, Gullwing 608, level 16,000.
Yeah, what's the call sign?
That's Gullwing for Golf Whiskey X-ray.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Gullwing 608, Boston Center, radar contact. The Burlington altimeter 29 or 54. Do you have an approach request up there?
We do. Can we get the ILS for runway 33 into Burlington?
Gullwing 608, that's approved. Clear direct Janet.
Clear direct Janet, Gullwing 608.
Okay, two aircraft on the frequency at the same time. KLM 623, say again.
Do that over here as well.
I just want to set it on the circuit now.
KLM 623, Boston Center, hello, radar contact. Welcome
Alright,
aboard.
so brief the approach.
Boston Center, unit 2543, flight level 350.
CTAF 18.3. So we'll land just in case.
Alright, United 2543. I'm looking for you. What's your position?
Okay, ILS 110.3.
Looks like we're about request from the rolled up Kilo Alpha viewer.
Final approach course.
Boston Center, hello,
So
United
there you go.
52 Heavy.
And to heading more for
No,
a
I'm
minute.
sorry, I did give you a contact me. I just was looking in the right position on the radar. United 2543, roger. Radar contact,
Turn this
descend
off.
maintain, flight level 240. I will descend and maintain flight level 240, 2543.
And then
Who else called?
this one and
United 52 Heavy, checking in with you, flight level 330.
okay, and the decision altitude is 608 feet.
Okay, United 52 Heavy, Boston Center, hello, radar contact, maintain flight level 330. 330, United 52 Heavy. Boston, good afternoon, Spitjet 3112 at flight level 430, direct to MYRCA. Boston Center, good morning, American 1427 with you on the SOX.
See, now
I
this
need
is
to listen because you're talking over other aircraft. Just stand by. The American 1427, radar contact. Climb maintain 14,000. Maintain 14,000, American 1427.
Alright.
And there was another aircraft that called, say it again.
So our final approach will be a Hiko 10 miles.
112. Speed jet 312 Boston Center, hello, and what is your position, sir?
This approach point will be
I'm at flight level 430, coming right at waypoint Mywarga, MYRVA.
Okay, what's that relative position to Boston? Those waypoints, there's a whole bunch of them, so it's hard for me to know exactly which one you're talking about, but just give me your relative position from Boston. North, south, east, or west?
I'm on about southwest of Boston.
Okay, sir, we're looking for you. Stand by.
Yeah, split jet 3112. Sorry.
Okay, approach briefing. Fuel gross weight. Got our weather.
Southwest 2844 at Goshi, cleared ILS runway 4 right approach. At Goshi, cleared ILS 4 right approach. Southwest
Okay, so
2844.
33.
At Korean 091, super turn right heading 360, maintain 3000 till established.
Minimum 610 altitude, approach procedure. Be climbing 1200, then climbing left turn 3000, then Burlington VOR hold, climbing.
And because it was my bad there, Southwest, I'm going to have to slow you down a little bit more, reduce speed to 19er, sir.
Low profile now.
Southwest 2844 north. Yeah, got a super in front of you there.
Parking, so we're going to vacate to the left, probably by hotel, and then we're going to park at Whiskey 6.
And okay, speed jet, I see you're actually outside of my airspace, but stand by.
Stand by, top of that.
Speed jet 312, you are radar contact. Pilot discretion to descend and maintain 11,000.
11,000. Split jet 3112.
Gullwing 608, cleared direct Janet, cross Janet at or above 7,200. You're cleared for the ILS runway 33, approach into Burlington, altimeter 2954.
Alright, direct Janet and cross Janet at or above 7,200, cleared for the ILS runway 33, Burlington, Gullwing 608.
United 2543, descend via J-Fund 2, arrival, expect the ILS runway 4, right approach, Boston, altimeter 2943. 2943 will descend to the J-Fund 2, expected 4 right for 2543. American 1427, climb and maintain flight level 380.
So let's go vertical speed.
1427. JetBlue 2459, descend and maintain flight level 200 for your arrival into Philly.
Pull power back.
200, JetBlue
Let's start slowing down. Try and catch back up on that profile.
And KLM 091 Super, keep your speed up 170 knots or greater to Milt. And at Nemo, you can contact the tower.
And then we're going to set our altitude. So just approach altitude here.
Boston Center, Air 192,
And we are clear for the approach.
2,400 for 2,800, direct head south. I'm going to miss the approach from runway 35 in Concord.
So let's run Janet.
Number
Let's go ahead and
1927
start.
Hotel, Boston Center, squawk ident. Number 1927 Hotel, radar contact position and altitude as reported, climb maintain 4,000. What's your intentions now to go to Nashua?
Affirmative, climb up to 4,000. We'd like to head back to Nashua and then shoot the RNF 32 into Nashua for 2707.
Okay, number 1927 Hotel, you can expect the RNAV runway 32 approach. Do you have a fix that you want to work from? Your initial approach fix? I'm sorry, I doubled with you. Your initial approach fix request?
It's possible I can get a standby on that one for 2707. I'm just trying to look out our position here and see which one will look better.
We should be below 10,000 in Janet.
I would suggest Jago, but you can tell me what you want.
So we have coming in direct, so we have no procedure turn here.
Yeah, I'll take it by Jet Go for 27 Hotel.
127 Hotel, roger, clear direct, Jet Go.
Clear direct, Jet Go for 27 Hotel.
And November 1927 Hotel, maintain 4,000 until you enter the TAA. Clear direct, Jet Go, at Jet Go, cleared for the air nav 32 approach.
I maintain 4,000 from TAA, and then
Set, passenger percentage on, pressurization, landing field elevation, set, JetBlue flaps 15, speeds 144, set, cross check, minimums are set, 600,
KLM 091, super looks like you're to the left of the localizer,
altimeter
you're gonna be okay.
2054,
I'm sorry, Korean 091, looks like you're to the left of the localizer,
approach
you're
lights
right
on.
there.
Fuel transfers off, fuel pumps come on, standby hydraulics and PT
You go ahead and contact the tower, then 128.8.
come in, and we're going to bring props up to 1,000.
And Southwest 2844, 5 miles of trail of a Airbus Super 388. Caution wake turbulence. You're cleared for the approach, and at Navo you can contact the tower.
Okay, and
So
clear for
heading
148 and Tower 128.8 at Navo, and you have speed of 61 to 190.
Should we pick up the
Speed,
localizer?
well, yeah, maintain 190 knots to Navo, and then 170 knots or less to Milton.
Okay, 190 till Navo, 170 till Milton, return
right, the
Southwest
clocker.
2442.
That'll work really well. You did a really nice job helping me out there, and thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it's going to clock with 245. We're getting in trouble.
Number 899 Tango.
Alright, now we
Standby.
gotta slow down because we got a Hiko coming up.
Boston Center, American 1650, we passed Brad, which I believe is the boundary of the airspace. Are we approved to go back over to Unicom?
Yep, you just moved over there, and Moncton is not online, so that would be a good thing for you to go to Unicom. See you later.
Have a good one over to Unicom, American 1650, see you.
Still slowing down.
Gullwing 608, the wind at Burlington.
It's detected.
What do we have there? Burlington 010 at 10, runway 33, clear lane.
Clear runway 13, going 608. Alright, let's go to the meter down. Go 200, go flaps 5. Okay, looks like we're breaking out. There's 10.
Terrain.
JetBlue 541, descend 18, flight level 200.
Maintain flight level 200,
JetBlue 2459, departing the airspace to the south. Nobody to help you in the Phillies. You're going to have to do it on your own. See you later.
JetBlue 2459, we'll talk to you soon. See ya.
Okay, 160.
JetBlue 541, same for you,
Yeah,
sir.
it's
You
Gulf
can
Flaps
switch
15.
back over to
Here we
your
are,
command
clear
of the
land.
TTA for Philadelphia.
Alright, landing checklist. Flaps down 15, indicating gear down 3 green. Used NP, not having it. Missed approach.
Delta 22,
Ultimate set.
22,
Caution panel is
departure
black.
radar, contact,
Cab
climb
secured.
maintain, flight level
And
360.
flight attendants is flying.
360, Delta 32, 22.
2500. 2500.
Pull this 160. It's just missed approach altitude. One cell is not armed. off autopilot, my airplane.
2500.
It's easy now, we're all trimmed out. We'll fly the flight director.
Italia 630, departing airspace to the south, radar service terminated, frequency change approved. Speedjet 312, you're still at flight level 300, that's way too high for the approach into Bradley. Would you like vectors for descent?
I'm actually at flight level 28, so descending down to flight level 280, split jet 3112.
Speedjet 312, I gave you the descent down to 11,000, but you're way too high right now for the approach into Bradley, so we're going to have to give you some vector for descent. Is that okay?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, Speedjet 312, turn left heading 330, descend and maintain 11,000.
So turn 330, descend and maintain. What's the flight level one more time?
Yeah, 11,000 feet.
11,000, Speedjet 3112.
And Carrier 91 Super, you still with me?
Yes, I'm back with you. You guys are right now on having the issue with the autopilot, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. We're going to try to maintain 3,000 and where are they heading?
Yeah, that's okay. Let me know what you need. How about 090, maintain 3,000. If you want vectors back around to the ILS,
Okay,
let
see
me know.
the runway lights.
Sounds good. Yes, 090, 3,000, and I'll get back to you once I figure this out. Thank you. 091 Super.
Not a problem.
Boston Center, Delta 1405 with you, 320. Sorry for popping in.
Yeah, Delta 1405, I just saw you. Radar contact, maintain flight level 320. Welcome.
320, thanks so much for Delta 1405.
Stutters. What the fuck?
Citation November 333 X-ray Papa is with you at 6,04270, and I'm on the west side of the map, just departed Ithaca.
500.
Okay, aircraft calling, say it again, I was on the other line. November 333 X-ray Papa is with you at 7,000 for flight level 270, and I have just departed Ithaca.
Terrain.
100.
Okay, November 333 X-ray Papa, I see you there, but I see you as a primary target, so squawk mode Charlie, squawk 3372.
10.
And November 899 Tango, I'm trying to get to you, sir. I'll try to get that clearance down to you as soon as I can.
Man, the fucking stutters.
Number 333 X-ray Papa, Boston, center radar contact,
It's
squawk
gotta be
3372, and maintain flight level 270.
That was not a great landing.
Number 1927 Hotel, report on a 3-mile final runway 32 at Nashville.
Yeah, long
Report 3 mile final for runway 32, here 27 Hotel. Thank you very much.
Okay, November 899 Tango, I have your clearance ready to copy.
Yes, sir, really got it.
Okay, number 899 Tango, you're clear to the Boston Logan Airport via when entering controlled airspace direct
Disc.
wounds. then Boston Logan.
Midwest high.
Maintain 3,000, expect 7,000, 10 minutes after departure. Now let's see, you're going out of the untowered airport, so climb and maintain 7,000. And then departure frequency will be with me at squawk 5517.
Turn bleed number 1 off.
Then I think it was clear to Boston.
Start feather, 30-second timer though. Stand by. P2 come off.
Number 899 Tango, read back correct, hold for release, and advise
And
number
yeah,
1 at the
yeah,
runway ready
off.
for release.
Yep, we're ready to go here, Tango.
Control lock's coming on. And increase reference speeds come off. Alright. Let's get back to the gate. What? AC. Holy shit. Okay. Maybe signature taxi is not a good idea here.
KLM, I always do that. Korean 091 Super, are you ready to come back?
Looks like I am, yes, I'm able to, okay, let's try it, yes, I'm ready.
Alright, Korean 091 Super, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 3,000 vectors for the ILS runway 4 right approach.
Turn right heading 180, 3000 for right, ILS 4 right approach, Korean 091 heading, super.
It's Speedjet 312 for your arrival into Bradley. Turn right, direct Penna, Papa Echo November, November Alpha. Cross Penna at 3000. You're cleared for the ILS runway 6 approach to Bradley.
All right, direct to Penna.
Diagram floated,
Above
landed long.
3,000 feet. It's cleared to runway 6 at Bradley. Copy?
That is correct.
Copy that.
Number 899 Tango, roger, release for departure. Departure for release void if not off by 1845 Zulu. Time now 1837 Zulu. If not off by 1845, report to me before 1850 on this frequency. Otherwise, you can switch to Unicom and contact me airborne.
It'll be Unicom, we'll call you airborne.
Landed a minute early. I came in hair high.
Attention all aircraft Boston Logan Airport information. November
Land speed, I think I just
altimeter
overfed just a little bit.
2942.
Floated it.
At Speedjet 312, the Bradley altimeter 2944.
2944, copy. Radar 1 super, so I'm having issue with the IPSC, the speed indicator is stuck at 240, doesn't go up and down, doesn't give me exact current speed, and autopilot completely not working, so I have to do visual super right.
Alright, we can do the visual if you want to give that a try, so I give you vectors for the visual for Korean 091 Super.
That sounds good. Yeah, we'll try that. Radar 91 super.
Just follow this taxi line right here.
Boston Center, each runner came as past 2,575.
Number 899 Tango Boston, departure, correction. That would be Providence departure. Radar contact. Climb maintain 7,000. Declare direct loads.
And parking brake set.
Something 10,000 grid.
And start feather. Lead generators on. Leads are off. Inspection can come off.
Delta 1405 for your arrival into John F. Kennedy Cross Trait intersection at flight level 240.
And
Boston Center, Qatari 98, Papa, flight level 370.
I believe it was Crate. We're crossing at 240 for Delta 1405.
Delta 1405, thank you, that is correct. Trait at flight level 240. And the Qatari 98 Papa, Boston Center for low radar contact.
engines off. Beacon on.
Hello, yes.
Seatbelts come off. Jets off. And that's all she wrote. Here, disconnected. Just gonna do something. Closing out Sim Toolkit Pro. That's done. So let's go back to the replay. Let's get a landing replay in. Now, the replay mode always stutters, so I'm not too concerned about this. This is something X-Plane's got to fix, but I'm really frustrated with Sim Toolkit Pro. So I like having the overlay, but I'm not going to use it if it's going to cause stutters like that. I was on file. I'm going to blame that on the shitty landing. Float. No. Probably should have been a go around right there. Just ugly. Ugly. these stutters anymore. Well, that's the flight. Thank you for watching. I know it was a little hairy in certain parts, but that's what makes it fun. If you like the video, like, subscribe, try and keep putting out more. Again, Gullwing, this is a virtual airline on NewSky that I started. Right now it's just only me. I just like it because it allows me to fly this airplane, which I love flying, kind of wherever I want. But you know, everyone is also obviously welcome to join, as long as you like flying the Dash 8. And see you again later. Have a good one.